One. What's up, Sumolings? Welcome to another AppSumo product webinar. Today we are joined with Dean from Endorsal. I'm going to give you guys just a minute to trickle in. Let's see, who do we have on here today? Let us know where you guys are tuning in from and what is your business? What are you looking to use Endorsal for? What are you most looking to get out of this webinar? Let us know in the comments. We're going to get going in just a second. All right, we got Brian, Daphne, Catherine, Gordon, Fred. Got a ton of you guys. Where's the chat? All right, we got Arizona. I am in Austin, Texas, as I'm sure you guys know if you've been on one of these before. Dean, where are you joining from?
Yeah, okay, I'm from the UK, a place called Worcester.
All right.
Which you may know for Worcester sauce, and if people know that around the world.
Oh, that's okay. That's where it comes from.
Mary's cocktails. So yeah, based in the UK. So it's 10 o'clock.
10 a.m. for you?
10 p.m.
10 p.m. Yeah. Thank you for staying up for this.
No worries.
All right, let's see what y'all are saying in the chat. Okay, what'd you say? I added Endorsal to my website. I'm a coach and trainer of photo reading and accelerated learning. Super cool. Marilyn, I want to do some accelerated learning. Maybe you can post something in the comments to help me out. Jay,
actually.
Jay, what's that?
Well, I've been speaking to Marilyn actually on the chat earlier today.
Oh, no way.
And hello.
What's up? All right, a digital marketer hoping to use reputation management for clients. Okay, cool. Perth, Australia. Man, I was in Australia last year and it was amazing. New Zealand was probably even better, but I loved it down there. Let's see, Ontario. Dean has a super powerful, super helpful, and very responsive. Heck yeah, getting props before the webinar even starts. Man, that's how you do it.
Not fair to say that.
Right. All right, looking to help my local surrounding businesses. We got another UK. All right, San Antonio, Texas. We are a teddy bear wholesaler who relies on endorsements and reviews in Dallas, Texas. Was in Dallas 2 weekends ago. A teddy bear wholesaler. That's awesome.
Great.
I love that.
Brilliant.
Have you heard that story about where teddy bears came from? I don't know if this is just a myth, but they say it was Theodore Roosevelt, who was like a big naturalist. Apparently he was going hunting and they like tied up a bear for him to hunt. And they're like, we found a bear, come over and shoot it. And then he saw that it was all tied up and helpless. And he's like, I'm not going to do that. So he just turns around and walks away. And I guess there was like a journalist or a cartoonist who then put it in a newspaper. And then they kind of called it a teddy bear based off of that. And then somebody turned it into like the stuffed animal and all of that because he was like such a naturalist. So anybody tell me, is that true? Todd said it's true? Okay.
Apparently so.
Chaos recovery strategist. We got a lot of cool people on here, Dean. So I think, so I stopped telling them made up stories. We just got to dive in. Before we kick this off, let's start off. Endorsal fully automates the collection and display of testimonials so you can receive higher quality endorsements for more clients in less time. It is on AppSumo right now, as you can see, starting at just $49. So I'm going to turn it over to Dean in just a second, where he's going to be able to walk through with you guys, show you how to get it set up, see some of those favorite features of his. But before we do, two things to note. One, we will be sending out a replay later. So if you guys got to hop off, I know it might be late or early in the day for you, depending on where you're tuning in from. So if you got to hop off, we'll get you taken care of. Number two, if you have questions about Endorsal, how it works, how you should be using it, if it'll work with your company, questions about the deal, things like that, drop those in the Q&A box below the video. And I will circle back to as many of those as I can at the end of the walkthrough. And other than that, I'm going to turn off my camera. I'm going to turn it over to Dean, and you are good to go, my friend.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Chris. Hopefully everyone can see my screen now. So let me take you
coming
through
through
the dashboard. Right, so I'm going to talk you through the basic steps of setting up with Endorsal. The first thing we need to do is install the global tracking code. Before we do that, none of the sort of widgets or front-end features will actually display. So I've got a demo site here that I'm going to aim to put some testimonials in this area. So first of all, let's go to the tracking code section. This is basically what needs to go into your site. It needs to go before the close and head tag. So let's do that. Copy that to clipboard and let's paste that in to the header here. So you can see it's before the close and head of this page. That's the script added. and push it back up to the server. Now if we head over to this site and just refresh it, this should now change to active. There we go. So that's now tracking that the code is installed and a request, has been received a few seconds ago. That's all done. The next thing we need to do is set up our customer-facing testimonial capture form, which is known as an endo form. To do that, you head over to this section and you've got quite a few settings on here. Just move the chat box out of the way, sorry. So you can customize that to suit your brand. So you can add a logo, change theme colors, however you see fit. All of the text on here can be customized to whatever you like as well. So whatever you enter here will change on there. Down here, you've got some really cool features. The avatar sync basically allows your customers to click any of these social icons and import their photo without any other steps other than just logging in. I'll just quickly show you how that works. So this is the form, how it will look on your sort of version of the form. So you head down here, and if you want to import, say from Facebook, you just click that. It will log in, and eventually pull your picture through. It says. Stop there. Just retry that. Let's try the Twitter one quickly. There we go. So that just pulls through your avatar from Twitter. If you have a name, it'll pull that through too. I'm not too sure why the Facebook one wasn't working, and it might just be a temporary glitch. Anyway, so we head back to the form here. You can also decide which fields you want to capture in your testimonials. So these are the different options we have to begin with. So these basically correspond with the fields you can see on the form. For example, say you don't want to capture somebody's avatar, you just turn that off, update the form, you'll see it's changed. Just turn that back on. You can also set fields to be required or not, and change labels, so it will change how it actually displays. There are extra fields down here, such as position or location, where you can add more fields basically there. You can also change how long you would like the comments to be, so you can put a limit in here. So if you just want to collect short testimonials, you can add a relatively low length there. So another feature that's coming soon is the ability to add custom fields to this. A lot of people have been requesting that, and I think that's a really important thing to have. So you'll be able to have fields such as adding an image, say for your company, like a logo, a link back to your website, even to things such as drop-down fields and select boxes. So that's coming soon. Okay, so then we go to the submission settings, which basically allows you to customize what the customer will see once they've sent their testimonial. Again, you can edit the text here to whatever you like. And then we have this feature here, publish to other services, which is something that a lot of people have been asking about and would like to find out how that works. So let me just update that. I've turned it on now. So in this example, we have Facebook and Google linked as two destinations that a customer can visit after they've submitted their testimonial. So you now get these two buttons here. At the moment, we support Yelp and Trustpilot as well, and there'll be plenty of others coming soon. Basically, you just put in your link to wherever you want to collect the reviews for each service, and then after the customer has left their review, they can click these, and their comments are automatically copied to the clipboard, so they can quickly post them in on the other platform. So that way you generate more reviews for those platforms whilst also capturing the review from them to display on your website. We also have incentivized requests here. So if I turn that on, and now you can see at the bottom, you can offer your customers a reward, so they can save 10% on an order or whatever you decide to do. You can offer them a specific discount of some sort, or a unique place that they can visit to get a discount. Whatever you like, basically, you can add it in there. You can add links. So however you want to format it is great. And they'll only see this then once they complete the testimonial. So if I, again, view the form, this is how the final form will look, and you can see here it's got the reward, it's got the 2 buttons to send you to the platforms. So once you've set all that up, you can do the last thing on Endo Forms, which is to set up a localization. So the idea is that all of the text you see on here can be translated to any language you like. So to do that, you click Add New, select language, let's go for French, for example. And you'll see here that it has automatically translated all of the text on the form just using Google Translate. So it's not going to be 100% accurate, but obviously you can go through and edit these to make them sound better, or replace it with whatever you like, basically. Once you've done that, you create the localization and it'll appear here. You can add as many as you like, duplicate or edit them, and then you can view that form. So now this one will appear in French, so the text has been translated. The good thing with this is that if your customer's browser is set to French, it will automatically detect that language and translate the form for you. Or you can force the translation by passing in a little flag here to set the language. You can do that in something called Superlinks, which I'll show you shortly. So that's a quick overview of Endo Forms. I can come back and explain any of these features in more detail if need be later. Next, let's import some testimonials so you can see how that works. So when you first log in, you'll have no testimonials, obviously here. You can add them singly using your own form. Just fill it out with whatever data you need. You can import them from a CSV file, import from Google My Business, Facebook pages, and other options are coming soon, such as tweets. So let's try Facebook to start with. So you basically log in with Facebook, continue, and then once logged in, it'll show a list of your pages here. So let's just use this one, for example. And then you can see reviews are pulled in at the bottom. You have a few options here that you can set. So you can set a minimum rating, only import positive reviews because Facebook has now moved away from star ratings. It's just positive or negative. And again, you can set a maximum count for the comments themselves. So here you can see 6 reviews, and I can import those now. Just again. Now you can see the 6 reviews have now imported. You can see all of the content has come through. So this is your main page where you'll manage your testimonials. You can do quite a few things from here. So anything that's new will have this flag. To show up on your site, this is quite important. A lot of people have been asking me why their testimonials aren't displaying, and it's usually because they haven't approved any. So the first thing you need to do when a new testimonial comes in, or when you import some new ones, is to approve them all. So you just click the little green thumbs up and just approve those. There will soon be auto-approve rules that I'm working on, so you'll be able to set thresholds. So say, for example, if a review has 4 or more stars, it'll auto-approve. If it's got 2 or less, it'll reject. That's coming very soon. So we've now got those 6 reviews. 6 reviews, can't count. They're from Facebook. Let's grab some from Google as well. Let's get them on there. Google, there we go. Again, the same thing, you log in and grant access to Endorsal. Choose the account that you'd like. When it's ready, allow that. Now you can select your Google My Business account, and then all of the locations that you are an admin for will show up here. So this one, we're going to try Endorsal. And again, you have settings that you can choose to filter out reviews that you don't want. So you can see here it's pulled through 10 reviews. One little thing I'd like to say is there's down here there are a set of criteria that must be met in order for the reviews to import. So again, if you're not seeing all of your reviews here, that could be why. So let's import these 10 reviews. Give it a few seconds while it imports. And then you can see we've got the Google reviews at the top here. You can see they've all got the little G logo. So again, let's approve all of these very quickly. One other thing just quickly to mention while we're on this page is that you do have capabilities here to edit a review. So if anything's come through with spelling mistakes, or if you need to change an avatar or anything like that, you can edit the review there. Also, you have the option to feature a review. So if there's one in particular or a few that you particularly like, you can click the little star icon and it will send them straight up to the top. I'll be shown first. So yeah, that's importing testimonials. Let me show you now how to display those on your website. So you need to head to widgets, and let's create a new widget. Let's just call this home page. Now here you've got two different types you can choose between. Multiple obviously displays many at a time, and you can choose how many in the next step. Single is great if you just want to display a particular testimonial that you've received in a particular part of your site. Great to embed next to, say, a call to action or a sign-up form, just to give that final bit of social proof. For now, we'll just focus on multiple testimonials. So we click that. There we go. My computer is lagging a little bit because of the video. Okay, so we have a few settings here. You can choose between, sorry, there we go. Recent feedback, or you can actually choose specific testimonials that you'd like to show. So you can search for them here and only show certain testimonials if that's what you'd like to do. Otherwise, you just leave it on recent feedback, and then as any new testimonials come in, they'll be shown at the top. Again, you can filter out if you don't want to show ones with low ratings. You can filter out specific testimonials if you don't want them to show. You can set them to random. Anyway, there's a few options there. You've got two layout choices at the moment. There will be a few more coming along soon. For now, you have a carousel or a grid layout. So let's just start with a carousel to show you how that works. You can set how many you'd like. So let's go for, say, 12. And then there's a few more options here to show controls and different things, animation and delays. And then lastly, you can set up the theme of the testimonial. So you've got a few options here you can choose between. So this preview shows you how it will look on your site. Let's try, let's go for the centered card for now. And again, you can customize colors. So if you really want to go for some wild colors, you can. And it'll update, and then that's exactly how it will display on the site. Just do that, save. So let's create this widget and we can insert it into the site, and I'll show you how that works. So once the widget is created, you now have your embed code here, which needs to be added exactly where you'd like it to appear, in your template. We've copied that to the clipboard. So let's go to our template, which, sorry if I'm going a bit fast. For reference, this is where we want the testimonials to appear. So this is the equivalent part of our template, and we paste that in. Press save, and push it back up to the server. Now if we refresh this page, I don't know if it's running so slow. See, now we have our testimonials. They've pulled through, and you've got a nice carousel which automatically slides between. So that's all embedded nicely. Again, you can now go back, and if you want to edit the widget, say you want to change the layout to, say, the tweet style, update. That will instantly change how it appears on your site. So there's the different layout. And again, we can change that. If we edit here, we can change that to grid layout. You can set how many columns you'd like, and obviously how many rows, which shows you how many you display. Let's change this again to another one, and update. Now if we refresh, it's pulled through the testimonials in a grid layout. Obviously you can experiment with that and do whatever you like with it and try a few different layouts, see which works for your site. There will be more options soon in terms of customizing these. You'll be able to add custom CSS and generally change a few more options so it will suit your site better. That includes fonts as well, and they support Google fonts, so you can change those. So that's the testimonial widget. I'm just checking my little list here. So let's do the wall of love. So that's basically a great way of showing off all of your testimonials on one page. So you add the embed code, and Endorsal will generate an infinitely loading page, which will load more testimonials in as you scroll. So let me just set this one up. So again, you can choose your columns, minimum rating, randomize if you like. Set a different theme to what we had before. And then when you create that, you're given another embed code. So over here, I have a blank page that I'm going to add the embed code to. So let's go to the template for that. And this is where I'd like it to live. So let's paste that in, press save, push it back up to the server. And now if we refresh this, this is the wall of love. You can see they're all loaded in a sort of Pinterest style masonry grid. And obviously if you've got hundreds of these, they'll just keep loading in as you scroll. That's a great way just to show off all the glowing feedback you've received. Next, I'll show you FOMO pop-ups, which is another great option for displaying just how good your services are. You can turn these on here. So if you turn on the testimonials one, for example, we now start to see these pop-ups on your site, which show you obviously people that have reviewed it recently. You can customize it again with various options. There's two formats, so you can choose quote. It'll actually pull through the quote there, or it can just show somebody recommends it. Let's leave quote on. You can set a maximum length, display a star rating, so you can see this little preview updates. Right, let's go down here. There's a few more options there for you to play around with. This is a good one. You can add a call to action. So you'll see a little button has now appeared on there. So if you want to use your testimonials to send people to a specific part of the site or to initiate, sign up, etc., you can do that here and just paste in a link to whatever you like, and that will then open up. So let me just turn this one on. You don't need to add any further code for FOMO pop-ups. The global embed code handles that. So if I now go to this page and refresh that, after a short delay, we should see the FOMO pop-ups come in. And there we go. So that will just appear basically on the site for your users. You can set some further settings here in terms of, again, colors. You can change it to your brand, to suit your brand, change a few other options, display, delays, animation, and then obviously you don't want to constantly bombard people with these potentially, so you can set a time right up to 300 seconds for how long it will start showing them once they've been seen, if that makes sense. So we save those, and then I'll just show you the other type of FOMO pop-up we have, which is the rating summary. So this will show an average rating across all of the reviews that you've pulled in, so anything from Google, Facebook, and through Endorsal are combined into an overall rating. That's how that will look. Again, you can add a call to action if you like. So we save that, and now if I go back onto this site and refresh, you'll start to see the FOMO pop-ups showing up again there. So that's how that all works. And I'll just show you one more thing, sorry, on here. There are different rules, so you can show close button if you like, and if a user clicks close on 2 or more, they won't show again for that particular person. Hide on mobile, and then there's lists of paths on your website here that you can choose to hide the notifications on. So that's the FOMO pop-ups. Let me now show you Superlinks, which is basically a great way that you can use Endorsal to automate the testimonials by slotting it into your existing feedback flow. So you create a superlink. This is one I've set up. You have 2 options, dynamic or single. Single is great if you have a person in mind you would like to get a testimonial for. You can basically fill out most of it for them and just leave them the comments box, for example, and just send them this link. It'll pre-fill the form when they click on it. For the most part, we'll use the dynamic link. So this is great for integrating with email marketing software, CRM or automation software. So anything that has some sort of tags that basically pass into data from customers. So this is an example that I've set up with data from MailChimp. So if I just go over to MailChimp here, this is an example customer, and you can see we've got some data down here, first name, last name, company, and an avatar URL for their profile picture. And then on MailChimp itself, these are the tags that correspond to those customer fields. So for example, first name is this name tag, and so on. So what you basically do is copy these over to Endorsal onto your Superlink, and just paste them in exactly as they appear on MailChimp. So for the name, we can put first and last name in. Whatever data we want to capture on a form, you'll be able to customize here. So once you've created the link, we basically need to copy it exactly how it is, and then head to our campaign. So this is just a little example of a very basic email that you could send to your customers and integrate into a flow. So say somebody's ordered a product or anything like that, you could set a delay and then send this email out when you're ready to collect their feedback. And you can create a button, for example, and use your Superlink in here as the field. So once that's set, I don't know why it's saying that, but it's fine. Once that's set, you can send this out and it will automatically pass the correct data into each link for each customer. So here's an example of an email that's been sent to the fictitious Michael Scott character. So now if I click write testimonial, it'll take us to our form. It's pulled through their picture, it's added their name, added their email address and company. So the majority of their form is complete. All they have to do is add a rating and add a comment, and they're done. So that's a great way of increasing conversions in terms of getting more people to write testimonials in the first place. The fact that they can click on this link and it's already there, I think that will really help with that side of things. So that's Superlinks, which again, I think that's a great feature if you can integrate it into your software. We also have Zapier integration. So you can use that to basically create Superlinks on the fly. So any data you can pull from other apps in Zapier, you can use to pre-fill this the superlink and return that for use later on, if that makes sense. So this is an example of MailChimp. So say we had a new subscriber to a MailChimp list, we can automatically create the superlink by using the data from the MailChimp contact. So we can fill out the avatar, the email, company, etc. Sorry, whoops. And once that gets sent, you can see the actual link is returned. So once you have that, you can then use that further on as a new step to automate the email to them. So that's a great way, again, of taking a lot of time out of your day to email customers, just automate it with Zapier. There will be a much deeper integration coming soon with Endorsal, where you'll be able to actually create the templates in Endorsal itself. So you'll be able to add whatever data you want. We'll have a range of templates that you can edit and customize again to your brand. And then they can just be triggered from whatever source you like. So we'll have more direct integrations. Again, say you have an order for a product, as soon as that's been fulfilled, you can trigger the automatic email straight from Endorsal. That's a feature, as I say, is coming soon, but for now, Superlinks and things like Zapier would suffice to serve the same sort of purpose. I think that has covered most of the things I wanted to talk about for now. I've probably missed loads of things, but obviously you guys can ask questions. Let me just
I am back on here. That was great. Yeah, so we got a handful of questions we can go through. Got some questions about how the white labeling is going to work and kind of how this would work if you were going to use this for clients. So somebody's saying if they were going to use this for local businesses in the area, I guess for their websites and things like that, could they set up multiple client accounts, or what would that look like?
Yeah, so basically when the white label arrives, you'll be able to set up properties for each of your clients. So here you can see different properties that are set up, which basically equates to a website. So each client can have its own property, and you'll be able to add as many client sub-accounts to that property as you like. So you can give them a login, and then they can choose, you can choose which areas of the site they've got access to, what features they can use, and so on.
Cool. All right. Lisa is asking, when you add video testimonials, will that be included in this AppSumo lifetime deal?
Yes, that will be included. I've been asked, a few people have been wanting to know that. Anything like that will be included for sure, because it's such a widely requested feature, and it's definitely something that I want to include.
Great. I'm sure people are excited to hear that.
Yeah,
and in terms of the white labeling, is there an ETA or a rough timeline on that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the number one thing that's being worked on at the moment, and we're looking at the end of the month for that to start rolling out, so it won't be long.
Oh, wow. Quick. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Is there a way to remove the powered by on the website? I imagine that falls under the white labeling.
Well, no, actually, all of the AppSumo plans, you can remove that in terms of, for example, I think they may be referring to on the actual form itself. So I've turned it off here. On most of the areas, so on the forms, you can turn it off. So I'll just turn it back on and you can see it there. So that's the little switch to turn that off. Again, on all the pop-ups and things, you'll always see show Endorsal branding, so you can turn that off wherever you like. So they can basically do that for everything.
All right, easy enough. Cool. let's see. Fred is asking, once the first set of reviews are imported, will new reviews be automatically imported as they are posted on the review sites?
Yep, that's correct. So the way it works is it goes out and looks for new reviews multiple times per hour. So generally within an hour of a review being posted, it will also be an endorsal. Sometimes it can take longer. I've known it take up to 2 days, unfortunately, but generally they'll be there straight away.
All right.
I'll just add to that again, sorry to interrupt, but with Facebook, all the reviews that get imported have to be public. So if somebody's just posted it and shared with friends, for example, they can't be pulled through.
All right. Mark is asking, once you import from Facebook, can you then have them post it to Google, and can they show their original post dates?
Well, again, this is a question I've been asked quite a lot, and something I do need to clarify is that there's no official API to post straight to Google or straight to Facebook. They just don't allow it for privacy reasons. So it wouldn't be fair for me to sort of, send a review as you, for example. But the next best thing is what Endorsal does, which allows them to copy and sort of paste the same review in on the other platform. So the answer to that is you can't paste a Facebook review to Google, but obviously it's there on your Endorsal system to display on your website. And there was a second part of that question I've forgotten, sorry.
Oh, let me pull that up. I already cleared it out. Where was that? Once you import from Facebook, can you have them post to Google, and can they show their original post dates?
Oh, post dates, yes. That was a bug a few people noticed before, that any review was just showing sort of now as the date. I've changed that. So as you can see, the ones here, they all say 21 hours ago, 5 days ago, etc. So whatever the original post date was, that's what's pulled through.
Awesome. All right. Matt is asking, I like this question. I sell a waffle recipe ebook through my store. Oh, yes, you read that right. Do you think Endorsal would help drive sales for a single digital product, or is it better geared towards businesses as a whole?
That's a great question, and great business, obviously. Endorsal is great for just businesses as a whole, like a review of the business itself, but we can support products. So in your case, if you only have the one product, that's brilliant, and it's very easy for you to set that up. We're introducing a feature soon called testimonial tagging, which will allow you to basically collect testimonials for specific tags or products or services, whatever you want them to be. So when that arrives, that will make it a lot easier for people to collect reviews for specific items and not just the business as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. Mike is asking, can we only request reviews on Facebook or Google instead of having them leave a review with us first?
Again, that's something I've been discussing with people. You can't yet, but you will be able to. And I think that'd be a good thing to test, because obviously if somebody posts straight to Google or Facebook, it will be pulled through to Endorsal, so that's great. My only thing is that I do believe that having the options to post to both, as well as the Endorsal review, will help with getting more reviews for those platforms. So I'm going to add the functionality to sort of skip the Endorsal form, just so people can test it out themselves and see which performs best.
All right. Can you decide when the incentive code will appear, like only after they post to Google or Facebook?
Currently, it appears as soon as they've posted the review. That's not the best example. Sorry, are you still sharing my screen, or is that gone now?
Yep. Yeah.
So the reward appears as soon as they've posted the review, and you can't yet specify when they do it, when they get it. There's been talk of introducing a feature where we can essentially offer levels of reward based on how many reviews they submit and things like that. However, looking into that, we've got to be very careful with Google and Facebook's sort of terms of service, because if you're basically bribing people to leave reviews, they'll have something to say about that. So I need to do a bit more research into it and make sure we're doing the right thing there and not obviously causing issues for your site or for Endorsal as a whole.
Mm-hmm. All right. Caitlin is asking again about the pre-population of the review. So does it pre-populate the review info they already entered when they click over to review on Facebook or anywhere else, or do they have to rewrite it all manually?
It doesn't, basically it won't pre-populate it, but it will copy their comments to the clipboard so it's ready to be pasted. So as you can see here, it's got a little note saying that, basically saying what I just said, that the comments are there ready to be pasted again. Unfortunately, again, there's no way of us pre-populating that form because it has to come from the customer themselves. Google and Facebook would not be happy otherwise.
All right, cool. Do you want to go over the AppSumo deal page and kind of talk about some of the features that are included in that?
Sure, yeah.
Just so to get everyone on the same page in terms of what's included with one code, or if you guys stack multiple codes.
So yeah, obviously the single code, you kind of get the core features, which is the testimonial importing from the different platforms, obviously setting up the form yourself, Superlinks, all of those sort of key features that kind of make the automation happen. So anything you see here, widgets, Superlinks, they all come as standard. From code 2, you get the incentivized requests feature, which we've just talked about, the wall of love and the FOMO pop-ups, which are both obviously great features to really show off all of that amazing feedback that you're hopefully getting for your business. So those are these two sections here. That's the little pop-ups you'll see appear on your site, and the main sort of this wall of love page that you can see. So that comes with code 2, and then from code 3 we have custom form domains, which allows you to host the capture form on your own domain. So you can set up whatever subdomain you like and it'll appear there, which again is obviously useful to remove association with Endorsal, or obviously make it more custom to you. You also get white labeling at that code, but a few people have said actually the tick isn't present there as it should be. I noticed when you select the third code, the tick does appear, but it doesn't by standard. So yeah, you get the white labeling with code 3 and upwards. And then the last two codes basically increase the usage from there. So code 4, all these jump up. And then code 5, we get unlimited submissions, which is the amount of testimonials that can be sent within a month. Unlimited sites, which is basically how many different properties that you can use the widgets and front-end features on. And monthly active users, which again, a lot of people have asked me what that actually means in this instance. So that's basically any user that views any page that your front-end widgets are on, so that's testimonial widgets, the FOMO pop-ups and the wall of love within a month across all of your properties. And they're only counted once, regardless of how many page views they have.
Awesome.
So yeah,
I hope you Simulings out there are getting 250 or 2.5 million monthly active users.
I did start at 500,000, and after a lot of discussion, I decided to put it up.
Awesome. Well, that's all we have. Simulings, let us know. You've been on here for 45 minutes. What do you guys think of Endorsal? Did you already buy it? Are you guys running out to get it? Do you still have any questions? Let us know. Again, it's available on AppSumo right now, starting at just $49 for lifetime access. Man, we got a lot of people that have already stacked 5 codes in the comments. That's awesome, Lisa and Todd. Or Lisa and Mike, Todd, run out, get 3 more. Simon's getting 5. Awesome, guys. Super cool to see. Glad to have you guys on here. Again, it's all backed by the AppSumo 60-day guarantee. So get yourself a code, get yourself 5 codes, play around with it, get your testimonials rolling. Let us know how they work out for you. And if you have any other questions, again, you can hit us up in the AppSumo deal comments on Endorsal. I'm sure you can also hit up the Endorsal team directly to get answers over to you guys.
We're ready on the chat to guide you through any setting up.
Awesome. Great. And yes, the webinar replay will be going out probably in a couple hours, if not tomorrow early morning, depending on what time Rebecca can get around to that. It takes a minute for the Zoom recording to actually process and finalize. But thank you guys so much for hopping on here. Let's give Dean a big round of applause for taking 45 minutes out of his day at 10 o'clock at night to hop on and walk through this with us. Super appreciative. Also super appreciative for bringing this deal to the community. Thank you very much, Dean. Yeah, really appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody, for purchasing and showing your interest. It's brilliant. Thank you.
Awesome. Take care. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.